Hey, what's up, y'all? Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Shows, Style, and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course, and as you can see from the title of this video, I want to talk about Carlos King's conversation with Nell Fletcher and Iesha Cologne, who's from Bell Collective, regarding the most recent episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. He also asked Nell Fletcher about her recent Instagram live, where she talked about feeling set up by Martell's alleged PR rep. So before we get into it all though, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. Everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. And the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on this soundbite is allowed for criticism. Okay, so I want to first talk about Carlos King actually explained that during this current season of Bell Collective that just kicked off Friday night, there was an altercation during filming of Bell Collective that includes some of the husbands. Carlos King actually said that this altercation was equivalent to the relaunch of Madani Melee during season 5 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, Carlos King decided to ask Nell about why she decided to go live on Instagram. So this soundbite that I have, it is quite long because I wanted to capture him asking the question, and I wanted to share with you all her response. They're actually, as I'm filming this video, they are actually still live right now. They're on their third show that they're recapping, which is The Real Housewives of Potomac. I took notes during their conversation of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I went back and listened to some things a second time, and now I'm filming. So I want to go ahead and play this soundbite, and then I will come back with my commentary.
You went live last week because you were at an Atlanta event. Hey, Tisha, you were at an Atlanta event, and at this event, Martell was there with his child's mother, okay? And there is a couple of photos floating around of you looking, you're smiling, greeting Martell's child's mother. And there's multiple pictures floating around. And you went on live in your natural hair, which, by the way, we all love it. And everyone said they love your natural hair, Miss Nell. So we love the natural. So you and your natural hair with a few highlights and a black t-shirt went live. And you said that you are... Oh, a black t-shirt? I didn't even know what I don't even know what I know because I watched it. So you and your natural hair with a few highlights and a black shirt, you went on live as you were sitting on a couch. Did you see this, Aisha?
I saw some of it.
Okay.
I did see it.
Because Aisha's busy. So she saw some of it. And she had to attend to her kids and her man and her business in the industry. Okay. So you were very upset at Martell and his publicist. Ms. Nell, you alleged that you felt you were set up by Martell's publicist to be seen being friendly with this woman. A lot of people thought that, because you said that, you don't want to be involved in something, you can't be friends because somebody said you can't be friends. A lot of people are like, why did you feel the need to address it? Did you and Melody have a conversation before this happened? Did you call Mel to let her know what was going on? Did you do this because you didn't want the audience to think one thing or the other? Did you do this because you and Melody are friends and you guys have a great relationship that you wanted the world to know that you would never disrespect her? So I would like to know, what was the reason that you felt you were being set up by Martell's publicist in taking pictures with his child's mother?
Okay, you kind of froze there for a minute, but I got most of it. Let me say this. Me and Nell are friends. Even if I fell out with Nell tomorrow, I'm not gonna be friends with Arion. That's her name. I poured into Martell and Nell's marriage. That's a big difference that people do not understand. Anytime you spend countless days and nights with a couple and you counseling to them about their marriage to at the time, let me not be disrespectful, Martell's baby mother was the other woman. I'm talking about this woman to Nell. I'm talking about this woman to Martell. And I'm telling him where he's wrong. And I'm watching Nell go through something that I do not wish upon no married woman, because I've been there myself. So that moment, those moments that I shared with Nell while she was going through that in her situation, they wasn't divorced. I cannot just go and say, oh, I'm friends with Nell now. This situation is totally different. But I'm going to entertain Arion over here with Martell and act like I did not try and counsel them or have their marriage. No, I do not like the fact that she had dealings with Martell in their marriage, and I'm not the one to say she's the reason why they're not married anymore. I cannot say that. I'm just saying, as Nell being my friend and me counseling Nell and Martell, and everything was about this other woman, Arion. I always ask Martell, even when he said something about the Polo Classic and my husband and Martell are still friends. And he said, hey, babe, do you want to go? Martell is inviting us at his table. Who's going to be at that table? That was one of my first questions. Who's going to be at that table? Because I just cannot be at that table. It has nothing to do with what no one thinks. It has everything to do what Miss Nell thinks, my respect that I have for myself as a woman. Nell hasn't said anything to me. Nell has not called me. She has not addressed me on this issue. She has not asked me to say anything about this issue. I just happened to load some pictures up of mine, and then I start getting these negative comments like, why you didn't load the pictures with the slide chick, or why you didn't load the pictures with coleslaw? And I'm like, what? I don't have any pictures with her. I didn't take any pictures with her. Not on my own. I clearly said when he brought her over there, he says, hey, Nell, you've never met Arion. This is Arion. I'm like, oh, shit, how you doing? And I shook her hand. That's me. I wasn't going to say, oh, no, bitch, I don't fuck with you like that. I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to do that. Maybe 20 years ago I would have done that. But no, I wasn't going to do that. I shook her hand, said, nice to meet you. Back. And whoever the PR was that Martell is claiming that it's not his PR, that's why he fired her. I don't know what. I don't know. But she was like, well, hey, let's get a group picture. I said, no, you must not know who I am. She says, no, I know exactly who you are. This will be our TMZ moment. I said, no, you won't get no damn TMZ moment from me. And I told my husband, I'm out. I'm going the other way. Let's go. That's how that situation went. But I don't, that was my first time ever meeting that young lady. I know nothing about her besides everything that took place with Nell and Martell's marriage. I didn't like it. I have no ill feelings towards her. That's who Martell is with, seem to be. But that they're not going to control my life. When you come from me and it makes it look like I'm hanging out with her and I'm entertaining her and I'm kumbaya, we having a damn good time, no. Stop the madness. Stop the bullshit. I did not entertain her like that. No. I spoke and I kept it moving.
Okay, my last question on this is, have you and Martell spoken since your live video?
No.
No. Okay.
He spoke it to my husband, but not me.
What did he say to your husband?
He did not set me up.
Okay.
That's what he said. He wished Nell had called him because he didn't set me up. And I felt like I told my husband, well, no, he could have called me. If he knew it was out there and it was going around, he should have called me. He could have said, hey, Nell, I didn't intend for this to go this way. Beg your pardon. But I didn't get no phone call from Martell. I only got my husband got a phone call after I went live and said that Martell felt the way he did.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you took.
Okay, so you heard Carlos pose the question. The reason why I wanted to play him asking the question is because he was definitely willing to ask Nell a question from the perspective of why did she go live on Instagram? You know, like, why is she explaining to people, you know, why she had the photo op with Arion? Why did she go there? Why did she feel the need to explain? And Carlos, he seems to never put himself in the shoes of Melody's fan base, of the millimeters. It's always the opposing perspective. And he will call himself a journalist, and then he'll say, you know, shout out to Portia, shout out to Tamar. But if you are claiming journalism, Carlos, then you know that the reporting, it would be fair to have both sides if you're not slanted. If you're not an MSNBC or Fox News, if you're not a millimeter channel or an anti-melody channel here on YouTube, then it would make sense to try and sympathize with where she is coming from. But she made it very clear that she would not be friends with Arion. She said that even if she and Melody were to fall out tomorrow, she would not be friends with Arion because of what she herself has gone through in her own marriage. So I appreciate her being so clear about it, and right in the beginning of her speaking. And then Carlos asked her, have you heard from Martell? And she said, no, but my husband did. And he told Chris Fletcher that he did not set Nell up to be seen in photographs with Arion. So Martell, I guess, decided not to call the wife. We remember the scene from the first half of season 7 where Chris Fletcher met with Martell and said, my wife was not a side chick, you know, don't disrespect her that way. I'm paraphrasing. And Martell, at least at minimum, acted like he understood that. So if that was sincere on Martell's behalf, that would make sense why he would call Chris Fletcher and give his response to her Instagram live and not call her. So in my opinion, he did the right thing by reaching out to the husband, and then Chris Fletcher communicated that with his wife, Nell. Now, a joke that Carlos said about Nell was her Wi-Fi was acting up. And she said, I don't know anything about that. I'll have to talk to my husband. And it was acting up. It was freezing. It was blurry. It looked like a ghost still hanging out from Halloween was like haunting her house and running the Wi-Fi. And then Iesha comes in and hers is super clear. Now, speaking of Iesha, Carlos asked the women about the most recent episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And Iesha, who, if you don't watch Bell Collective, she's on the bottom, and she joined Bell Collective season 2. Iesha said that she was just happy that so many conversations took place amongst the women during their girls' trip to St. Thomas. Now, Iesha, she quickly said allegedly, after she said that she was happy to see Stormy be able to get everything off of her chest to Melody concerning what the quote unquote millimeters were doing. And then she goes, allegedly. So I'm convinced that Iesha definitely keeps her ears to the streets. She's on YouTube. She's watching the bloggers. She knows what time it is. but she was sure to say allegedly. And as far as I saw, she did not give her opinion on Melody's fan base, the #1 largest fan base of Love and Marriage Huntsville. In Aisha's opinion, she felt like Sonny crossed the line in the situation involving Sonny, Moses, and Destiny. She was coming from the perspective of Sonny was Destiny's producer. So you had that intel on what was going on in Destiny's life, and then you decided to date her ex-boyfriend. Then Carlos King did point out that Sonny was no longer producing for Love and Marriage Huntsville when she started dating Moses. So again, he will defend, and that's fine to defend Sonny, but he'll defend Sonny definitely way more quicker than he would ever defend Melody, in my opinion. And Nell made a face. And Carlos said, Nell, is there something that you want to say? And Nell actually chimed in and said that she thinks that Moses and Sonny have been dating and together much longer than the timeline that they gave. And when it came to Sonny and Moses, Aisha and Nell said that they both believe Destiny. Carlos asked the women if they thought that Destiny was telling the truth when she said that Melody was on the phone communicating with Arion, trying to teach her how to respectfully cheat. Neither women believed Destiny. They said that they think Melody was trying to get information to piece everything together. Aisha said, you know, this was a woman who was married to a man. They had 3 kids at the time. And she said she believes that if Melody was on the phone with Arion, she was trying to get proof, you know, was he cheating on her? She was trying to get all of the facts and as much information that she could before she made a major move that would change her life forever, because she had young kids, 3 kids with this man. So, Aisha said that, and I felt like that was a good point. She also said, you know, and I don't know Melody, I just know from watching the show, but I just don't think that she would respectfully cheat. And then Aisha said, it's like I told my husband, if a bitch can beat me rocking, she can have my chair. And everyone in Carlos's live chat, they definitely love that. Now, after they said that they do not believe that Melody was on the phone with Arion trying to teach her how to respectfully cheat, Carlos, he asked a shady question, and he did it in a calm, monotone voice. So in my opinion, neither one of them picked up that he was trying to make a point. So again, Nell and Aisha, they both say that they don't think Melody was trying to teach Arion how to respectfully cheat. Then Carlos asked Nell, well, Nell, have you ever been on the phone with Chris Fletcher's former mistress? And Nell says, hell no. And then he's just quiet, almost like an attorney in the courtroom who says, I rest my case. You know, he was being like passive aggressive with making that point through Nell. But that's Nell. Because Carlos, you've said on your YouTube channel last year when you interviewed Chris and Nell Fletcher, you said, Nell, is it true that you went over to Chris's mistress' house at her apartment and you beat the girl up? So Nell may not have been on the phone trying to get all of the details of what her husband was doing, but she definitely had contact with the mistress, okay? Physical contact. It was a physical sport with Nell. So Carlos, be quiet with your little subliminal shady questions. And also, Nell actually said really quickly, I don't know if Nell had like some wine prior or what, but she was like loud and giggly. And it was funny because you would have thought this was her first time ever on a live stream. She was just like, Aisha would be talking and she would just like shout something out. It was funny. It was giving she had something to sip on prior. But Nell like randomly says like the women on Love and Marriage Huntsville are not really friends. Like they pretend to be friends, but they are not. Definitely not a shocker to me, but even Carlos made a face like, oh my gosh. And also Nell said that it was high school of the women on LAMH to say, well, I'm not going to be friends with you because you're not cool with so-and-so. And I actually feel like the one who probably has that the worst is Trisha, because Trisha is kind of being rude to Sunny and giving her all this heat simply because she's cool with Destiny. And Trisha, are you and Destiny close, or is it just because does she throw you a couple of dollars to train her at the gym? Like, how come you can't be neutral since you're new to the group, period, and just at least be open to trying to get to know Sunny? That's why in the last episode before they took the hiatus, Sunny was on like FaceTime with Moses, and she said a girl named Trisha, I think Tisha, somebody has been coming for me. Trisha, you don't even know her. So when Nell said that, that is definitely who I thought of. But what do you all think about Nell being crystal clear that she would not ever be friends with Arion? Do you think that it is sincere? And what do you think about, Carlos definitely teeing up his questions from a certain perspective? It's so lame, and it just gives like targeted, and it's just giving like you don't really like Melody. And what did she do to you for you not to like her? But I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video, as it is a free way of supporting the channel. And please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I would definitely love to have you as one of the showstoppers. Right before Carlos's Messy Monday show went live, I actually made a video regarding Quincy Jones, and I did not upload it to the channel. So I'm going to do that tonight as well. And I hope that you all again had a great Monday, and it's going to be a terrific Tuesday. You know what's really important tomorrow. So let's just handle business, okay? And, you vote your heart. I'm not telling you who to vote for, but let's definitely exercise our right to vote, especially for us people of color. Those who came before us, they protested, they let the harsh water be executed on them, they let dogs bite them, some of them lost their lives. Also, we could have the right to vote. So I thank you all again for watching this video, and I will talk with you soon. Goodbye.